Hello, welcome to Home Business Specialist. My name is Eddie, and I have also in the studio with me today
Bola.
Now, Bola and I come a long way. We are co-presenting this particular program, and like the name suggests, Home Business Specialist, our objective in this program is to increase your influence, increase your impact, and also increase your income. We come a long way together, and so today we're going to just talk briefly about ourselves. We've been married for how long now?
I would have thought that's about 18 years this year.
Okay, 18 years this year. We met when we were in university. We built our friendship right from uni. And so we have, in the past years, 20 odd years, we have built several businesses from the scratch. And so we have also helped a lot of people start home businesses. So this program is designed to help you build a sustainable home-based business. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because over the years, people come to us and say, oh, we have an idea. How do I take an idea from conception to productization? And so we just thought, you know what, we're going to design a home study program that will help millions of people all over the world. And so stay tuned on this program with us and Home Business Specialist, and we're going to do the best to serve you.
Very true indeed. It's one thing to read about what it takes to run a home-based business. It's very much a different thing to have the practice side of things. So you're going to be hearing from two people, like Eddie said earlier, that have practiced quite a lot of what we're going to be telling you today. So it's not just theoretical knowledge, it is practiced knowledge. So we're just bringing on board for you during the course of this program skills that we have learned, near misses, accidents, and that are costly sometimes, and some are very, very good to learn so that you don't make the same mistakes all over again. As they say, experience might be a good teacher, but the school fees are quite costly. So I'm going to ensure, together with Eddie, that during the course of this program, you'll learn as much as you can so that you don't make the mistakes we've made, and then learn from the things that we've done right so that you can replicate the same. It works everywhere.
Yes, it works everywhere. We have combined experience of over 25 years. So we're going to bring all that to the table, serving you with this. But today, just to get on with the program today we're going to be talking about the new economy. Why must you have a home-based business? Personally, we believe that having a home-based business is the key to the recession. It doesn't matter what kind of job you do. At the end of the day, I always ask people I coach and mentor that when you are 50, 60, 70, will you still be doing what you are doing now? And so as top-end professionals, I always advise that, you know, have something on the side that you do. Start building a home-based business right now. And so very quickly today, we are going to talk you through why you need a home-based business. Why start a home-based business? And so there are 10 things we believe are the reasons why you must have a home-based business. And we'll start by looking at the first one. And the first one is your independence. You must have a home-based business just for the sheer reason of having independence. And independence, and this is one of the things that we got out of having a home-based business. First of all, it gives us the independence. It gives us emotional independence. It gives us financial independence. And so you are able to work to your terms. You are able to, you have your freedom, as it were. You don't have to catch the train, to catch the tube, and take the bus to pay half the, to pay half the bill, like they say. And so independence is very, very key. Having a home-based business helps you acquire the financial independence if it's successful, and also you have the time independence if it is successful. So that's one reason.
Another reason, apart from independence, is the whole issue of leadership and mentoring. In a proper home-based business system, you get someone that could be a mentor to you that will teach you, like we said earlier, hold you by the hand and teach you the ropes of the industry, of the business that you're going into. There are usually tested systems, tested strategies in place, and leaders that have been trained in leadership. So you wouldn't need to worry too much about a lot of things. So it's not as if it's your boss that is just breathing down your neck just because they want you to meet a target, but somebody that is very interested in you, wants to make sure that you succeed in running this business. Because in many of these businesses, the better you do at it, the more you get out of it, because you put time in order to get much more out of it, and the more your leader is also rewarded one way or the other, or the mentor. So the leader and the mentor always want to be rewarded as being a good mentor. So in many good home-based businesses, you've got a leadership board set up. You've got someone that could mentor you very, very much so. So you're not running alone. You're not walking alone in order to achieve this result that you need to get out of a home-based business. So to me, that is another one of the reasons why you should, because it will develop your leadership skills and you have somebody that is mentoring you.
Yes, I'm talking about leadership and mentoring. I mean, I remember a particular business we started from home. My director had about 3 or 4 years working in the military. And then so just working with him on this particular business, I was exposed to certain military terminologies. I was exposed to things like the way he reasons, the way his level of detail. And so I really benefited from that. Also, talking about leadership and mentoring, presentation skills. When you work with people who have been doing this for quite a while, you get exposed to their level of leadership. And again, doing that also raises your game. Absolutely. And so I really benefited from that particular involvement with that particular line of business. It really did help. Another reason why we believe that you should own a home-based business is that you get to own your time. You get to know your time. You get to own your time. You get to structure your time. I was talking to one of our proteges just a few weeks ago, and she was saying, that she has a set of twins. She has 3 children and and a set of twins included. And so she said, just running her business from home has given her the time to raise her children. And also I remember when we just started out in employment, you find that half of what you earn goes to your childminder. Absolutely. So just owning your time, having to work from home, spend more time with the children. You set the time you want to work, you set the time you want to close. Nobody tells you what to do. Yes, within certain management infrastructure, that is very, very good. Owning your time is also one good reason why you must have a home-based business. Absolutely,
and adding on to that is the whole issue of the working hours. Again, Eddie mentioned very briefly about when our children were younger. We do have children, and they are a little bit older now, they're in the teens now. But when they were younger, one of the greatest problems I had as a mother was working hours. As much as I wanted to go out and express myself as a professional, which I am, I'm an accountant, there was the whole issue of I'm going out to work for 8 hours, but it takes me 2 hours to travel there and 2 hours to travel back home. So in a manner of speaking, you're actually talking about 12 hours every single day out of home just to earn, like Eddie said earlier, half the pay that will pay the bill. So it was really becoming very frustrating. As much as I love doing what I was doing, the travel time, the hours of work was just a killer for someone that had, young children to raise as well. So by the time you come back from work, as it was in my case, it was a case of the childminder has raised the children all day. So they start saying some things and you were not there because that was not what you taught them, but you've had to go to this work that have long hours. And because you got to do 40 hours, so at that time, if you have a full-time job, it was close to impossible to get to negotiate differently. In fact, I remember one of our stories where I needed to leave the office a good 5 minutes before everybody else does. My organization then closes at 5:15 p.m., starts at 9:15 a.m. My train that takes me back home leaves my station at 5:20. It takes about 7 minutes to walk to the station. So I told my line manager then, why don't you let me come in 15 minutes before time and I will leave 5 minutes before time. And guess what my line manager said? Not meaning any harm, but she said, absolute no way, that is not in the contracted hours. So I didn't have a choice. And that meant I missed that train and I have to wait another 45 minutes to get the next train. So every single day I had this dilemma, which then got to the point where my childminder had to tell me that I should do something about it because I'm always too late to pick my child. So that definitely tells me that the working hours for most of us that are professionals might not necessarily be as satisfactory as you think. So when you have a home-based business, you can manage that.
It's very interesting. One particular case I also remember with our family is that we always miss out on the parents'
the school events.
The school events. We miss out on school events. So I remember one particular day I showed up, for some reason I just couldn't make it to work that day. Showed up in this particular event, and then all the parents were looking at me like, oh, look at him. They were looking at me like I was a child abuser, oh, is that this person's dad? I said, yes, they were like, where have you been all these years or all these months, So again, you really, really own your time, and that's the reason why, even if you have a career going on now, in this program, we want to empower you to start a home-based business. And so we've been there, we've done that. We know that it's one way that will increase your influence, increase your impact, and then to increase your income. And this program is designed just to mentor you along that particular process. Now, if you are just tuning in for the first time and you like what you hear, you can email us at eddie@eddieandbola.com or bola@eddieandbola.com.
You might actually have questions as well, because some people have questions. Maybe because we've gone through the phase and you are in that particular phase, or you're busy thinking at the moment, okay, I would like to. You said a thing or two that I like, and you have specific questions. Again, email us, like Eddie said, at eddie@eddieandbola.com. Quite a few names there.
Now, another reason why you should own a home-based business is remuneration.
Absolutely.
Remuneration. When you run a home-based business, the ceiling is removed from how much you earn. So there are so many home-based businesses out there. We're quite happy to coach you, mentor you, and walk through specific ones for you to go through. But whatever it is you want to do, get one started, and you will find that there's compensation. You get rewards for your effort, and so it's not tied to any HR manager going through any form of appraisal. So you can set your target. You can decide how much you want to earn in a particular month, in a particular year, and you can get working on it.
Yeah, Eddie, I was thinking about an example on that remuneration one. And when you used to be a consultant and you were hired out by your organization, and the amount that they charge you out for on a daily basis compared to what you bring back home, it doesn't make sense at all. So you wonder, if you're working for yourself and you're working on your own home-based business, the effort you put in gets rewarded, the reward comes to you.
Exactly. This particular one, I remember I was being charged out at $1,200 a day. And I was on about, I think, 50,000 pounds per annum. And I thought, hang on a minute, if I show up at your desk on Monday morning, even if I don't do anything, your firm is going to pay my employers $1,200 for that particular day. And I thought, hang on a minute, if I can take my skills, plug the same skills into something else, I wouldn't mind earning half of that money just for myself. And I did exactly that. And so we are going to be serving you on this program with all those skill sets to ensure that you do the same thing. You increase your influence, you increase your impact, and then you increase your income. So the next reason why you should have a home-based business is no travel. Absolutely. No travel.
And to be honest with you, that is a joy, particularly if you live in a place where you have to travel a little bit long and far in order to get to your destination, which is workplace. Most workplaces are not necessarily at your doorstep, unfortunately, so you have to travel. I told you earlier on about how I had to travel 4 hours every day to go and work for about 7 or 8 hours. And that means that Another half of the amount of time I spent at work, I spent commuting. And it would have been easier and nicer if it was comfortable commuting. But sometimes it could be very, very interesting. And you get back home really exhausted from the travel. Actually, you get to work exhausted from the travel and get back home exhausted from the travel. However, if you are doing your own business from your home, you sit down at your desk and start your work when you want to start. So, and that is in your home without having to travel. Maybe sometimes you need to travel from your kitchen to your study or your bedroom to your study, but whichever one, I want to believe that you really cut down miles in the amount of journey. Plus, you take care of the environment as well while we're at it.
Interesting. When I used to work as an employee, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm at the airport, and then I come back on Friday nights, say about 9 o'clock on Friday nights. So the weekend, you have extra work to do, and on Monday morning, you fly out again. That's some heavy commuting, and you have to do a lot of traveling. But now, you find that with a home-based business, which what we found out, with a home-based business, you don't have to do any of that. And again, for some people who do not like to put on a tie to work, I mean, you can sit down in your living, in the comfort of your home with your pajamas, and then you still, a cup of coffee, and then you still go ahead and earn how much money you need to earn for the day. So no commuting, and these are all incentives that we are sharing with you from experience, and that's what this program is all about. We want to mentor you, not just teach you, not just coach you. We want to mentor you. We want to share with you the things we have done step by step. We have built several home businesses in the past 15 to 16, about 16 to, 16 years. Yeah, about 16 years. We've built close to about 8, 9 home-based businesses that were very, very successful. So we want to bring that to this program. We want to share that. We want to share our lives with you. We want to make sure that you are the best you can possibly be. We want to increase your influence, increase your impact, and increase your income. Now, the next reason why I think you should have a home-based business is financial freedom. Financial freedom. And so maybe, but I want to talk about this.
Yeah, I thought you would never get there. There's something about the whole issue of earning enough to take care of all the things that you've always dreamt about. And if you have a very good home-based business that rewards you for the amount of time you put into it, please understand something. Running a home-based business does not mean not doing anything. It means you will work for yourself, but you will be rewarded for the amount of effort put into the business. If you have a very good one, it should ultimately lead to financial freedom. I know, like us, many of you have dreams, many of you have ideas, things you would love to do. I would love to travel, I would love to go around the world. Some people say, I would love to go on a cruise, I would love to, go scuba diving, whatever it is, in Australia. But you need finances to be able to do that, and you need that financial freedom. And when you have your own business that you run from home, in a proper business that have, proper targets, and you work towards your target and achieve them, you will eventually have financial freedom in not too long a time. If you're an employee, as good as your salary is, I got to tell you this story. It's a very interesting one. When Eddie Phosphor got a job in a Fortune 500 company, when we saw his salary in the package, we were so excited about it. And we thought, wow, a whole £24,000. That was the first salary. And we went ahead to go and look for a house because we thought £24,000, you cannot get less than something close enough to £2,000. So we went to look for this property, worked on the mortgage, and it was going to be in excess of £1,000, the mortgage for the property then. It was then the interest rates were quite high. And by the time we sat down and calculated what the tax was going to be and all the other expenses that come with that property, we realized that even though this job sounded great, it couldn't meet the basic need of a 3-bedroom house. And that is with a job that was supposedly very, very good. Basically, what I'm saying to you is when you run your own business, you are not limited. You can only go by your appraisal every year. Your salary can increase maybe top end twice a year if you're working for somebody. But if you run your business, the sky is your limit.
That's right, absolutely. And so it gives you the financial freedom. How much do you want to earn, and then you can work towards it. So I know I have met people who have built very high sustainable income just working from home. Now, I also know that, or have met a lot of people who are actually also very, very worried and very, very concerned about the possibility of being scammed in a home-based business. And this is what this program is all about. So we are going to bring resources your way to help you. Yes, there are so many bad opportunities out there, but there are equally so many good ones. And so what's important is training, and what is important is skills. So if you know what to do in starting a particular home-based business, you should go for it. You should try it. You should. The benefits outweighs its the negative side. And so another reason why you must have a home-based business is skills development. Skills development. Like I said earlier, what I have really benefited from one of the ventures we went into a few years ago was just the skills that my director brought on board. And also the fact that I don't have to be appraised by him, but equally have access to all these skills. And so some home business ventures have very good training and development opportunities, and so you can learn. You can learn about leadership skills, you can learn about management skills. You don't have to fill any form for you to be chosen to go on any particular course. There are free courses you can go for within certain home-based businesses, and so you see your skills level can just increase dramatically just by getting involved in a home-based business. Very true. I'm actually very keen on that skills development side of things, simply because even if you're a professional, you do one profession, you are, whether you believe it or not, targeting only one aspect of all the things you could do. And many of us are gifted in so many areas, but maybe you're like me. A while ago, I went to study for my MBA. When I got back to my employers, when I got back to my organization, I said to them, I said, look, I've now got all the skills that I've acquired in the course of my studies, and I want to practice them. Guess what I got back? You're an accountant, stay in the box. You're an accountant, stay in finance department. Leave the HR to HR people. Leave marketing to marketing people. Leave sales to sales people. I was so frustrated, simply because there is a structure in those organizations where we work 9 to 5, and they won't allow you to do other things. So it doesn't matter. You don't develop the skills in all the other areas because you're so boxed up. When you work for someone, you're just within that box. You have to stay within the box. However, when you run your home-based business, you have to develop skills that would cut across every other area to bring the best out of you. I personally think it is priceless to get someone to develop skills in you. You'll be amazed when you see the result at the end of the day. Wow. Okay. Now, that is all we can take today. If you have any question concerning what you have heard today, send us an email at eddie@eddieandbola.com or bola@eddieandbola.com. All right, and so next week we're going to be looking at what is the difference between a home business owner and an entrepreneur, and then we will also look at what is the difference between a home worker and working from home. And so once again, thank you for tuning into Home Business Specialist. This program is designed to mentor you. And so we want to hear from you. If you have any question concerning what you have heard, send us an email, and then we'll be quite happy to answer some of those questions on this program and get in touch with you. So you take care, and God bless. Amen.